everyone out there in the land of YouTube. Annette Dion, host and founder of the Psychic News Network. I see there's several people here already. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We made it through the weekend. It's Monday. It's mid-month, October 16th. If you get your taxes in late, get on it quickly. I just heard that Massachusetts and Maine get an extension, so that's good. Bookkeeping, not my strong point. I'm pulling out my cards, my Halloween cards. I also pulled out this. Remember this? We are the granddaughters of the witches you couldn't burn. I don't really have a good place to put it, but I like that. We're gonna do our, we're gonna use our trick or treat tarot. Let me know what's up, how you doing, what's new. We are here to uplift the energetic vibration of the collective. Let's be clear, that's why we're here. It seriously needs our help. Let me fix something. What'd you say about Salem? All the more reason to stay out of Salem. Warren, I think you just need to come to Salem. Honestly, I think you just need to come to Salem, and then you know what you fear. Once you face it, you'll realize it's not scary. Witches are not scary. People that go after witches are scary. This is true. And when Donald Trump says things are a witch hunt, that's an insult. That is highly offensive. So I have these cards. We're going to take a look. I want to just encourage you or support you in not watching the horrifying news. It's Biden is trolling Trump. Don't we love it? It's too tough. It's too hard. I mean, we can hear about what's going on in the Middle East, but to mire ourselves in the horror of it, the unimaginable horror of it, is not helpful, because we have to keep it up. We have to keep it up. Great Witches Museum in Salem, Mass. There's also the Witch House, which is where the witch trials were held. Speaking of Salem, and the witch house where the witch trials were held in Salem, the house was actually moved from its original location. Just a little trivia about Salem. And this time of year, speaking of Salem, Mass, is absolutely insane. It's like people just, all of a sudden, people feel at liberty to celebrate the spirit world in whichever way they choose, and you know, I think we need to make that more a part of our lives, and then Halloween won't be as big of a deal. But anyway, so don't watch it. I watched a little bit of Nicole Wallace today. When it gets too disturbing, it's not being in denial. It's not that. It's that we have to keep our frequency high. And we never could imagine that we'd be in times like this. If we watch too much, we won't be able to sleep. If we're not sleeping, we're good for nothing. So seriously, I support you in keeping your energy up, and keeping on praying and keeping on intending. And I may do a guided meditation time to send healing to the Middle East. I may schedule that. I'll let you know. We do that every Sunday at Church of Spirituality, so please check that out. And feel free to put any questions up there for tonight. I do have, you know, like the basic ones, like what's going to happen with the Speaker of the House. Are they actually going to pick a Speaker of the House? Is it going to be Jim Jordan? My answer is no, it's not going to be Jim Jordan. I mean, as crazy as the Freedom Caucus is and the so-called Republicans are, let me turn this chair a little bit. Oh, there's a pumpkin behind me. as crazy as the, look, it's a couple of ghosts. As the GOP, there's two ghosts there. As crazy as the GOP is, there you go. There are levels to the crazies. Yeah, there are levels to the crazies. And so when we are looking at the Jim Jordans and the Marjorie Taylor Greens and the Matt Gaetzes and the Lauren Boeberts and you know the whole list. Unfortunately, it's a long list. When you're looking at that and then you compare it to the seriousness and the somberness of the situation that we're dealing with, and not only in Ukraine, but in the Middle East now, with the rise of terrorism and the rise of fascism, the rise of authoritarianism, the rise of freaking insanity, we have some very grave things to deal with. So when we look at the crazies like Jim Jordan, remember, it's all about them. It's all about them. The life of the party is here. Thomas wants a bell. It's all about them. You look at what's going on with Trump right now, right? And he's just like, it's all about him. And he is, oh my gosh, he just looks ill. He just looks ill. Hannity and Jordan are putting pressure on Republicans to hold to what? I don't think it's going to work. Sean Hannity, and thank you for the donation, Rhonda. Sean Hannity and Jim Jordan putting the pressure on. I mean, I'm sorry. There's like not a lot of power there. So let's start with that. Let's start with Speaker. Thank you, Terry, for thanking people, and thank you to the Wrenches that do an amazingly fabulous job. So generous and caring, and I always look forward to being with you. 45 is at a rally tonight. I always look forward to being with you, and I always do want to remind you to watch Church of Spirituality because it will uplift you during these dark times. Jim Jordan looks gray. Trump lately, when I've seen little clips of him, which I don't watch for very long because it literally makes me feel sick, he looks absolutely frazzled. Trump looks absolutely frazzled. I don't know if he's a coffee drinker, I don't think so, but I know he drinks a lot of Diet Coke, which is toxic. He looks like he's had 10 cups of espresso. You know? Oh, thank you, Kathy, you're sweet. So we're going to pull 3 cards about Jim Jordan and see what's going on there with that. So much happens in such a short amount of time. Any Republican that votes for an insurrectionist should go to jail with him. I agree. Jordan's assistant coach to Trump. We're just going to read the general energy of that whole voting thing with Jordan. I mean, of all the people to be Speaker of the House, he's like bottom of the freaking barrel. Okay. Is Rhonda saying something funny? I can't follow everything. Jim Jordan. Okie dokie, Schmokey. Wow, well, okay. Remember, these are my trick-or-treat tarot cards, so I have to kind of like interpret for you. Sometimes I have to interpret for me. The 8 of Swords, Jim Jordan is hemmed in. This is about Jim Jordan. He's hemmed in. I really love these cards. And the Rider-Waite. This is the woman who's wrapped up like a mummy with swords and a blindfold. So there's the mummy. Really, really wrapped up. Really hemmed in, Jim Jordan. The Page of Swords. This is a notice coming to Jim Jordan. Now that guy looks like he's just going to cut off his chances at Speaker. And the 10 of Swords. Remember the 10 of Swords is everything negative coming at a person from every direction. And it's kind of like you're outnumbered by the bad stuff. So that's Jim Jordan. So if you want a recap of how it's going to go for Mr. Jordan, see, this Page of Swords tells me he's going to be cut off. He's going to be cut off. And so that's a no. That's a no. Aren't these awesome cards? These might be my favorite cards yet. Especially Halloween cards are perfect for the fascist party. I like it. Especially during this, from Halloween cards that I've seen in Halloween Tower, especially in that category. These are the best. These are the best. Hakeem Jeffries now, please. I'll ring to that. I have like 50 bells here. Hakeem Jeffries for speaker. I've always seen that. Visualize what you want. The Trick or Treat Tarot. But Warren, you can't be texting me while I'm trying to live stream. Come on. The Barbara Moore and Jonathan Hunt. I just want to give credit where credit's due. So you'll go out and buy these awesome tarot cards. That's Jim Jordan. Not looking good for him. Let's just take a look. Let's pull 3 cards on, I think, I don't know, correct me if you know. I think it only takes like 5 Republicans to cross over to vote for Hakeem. This deck is getting a lot of compliments. Poor baby Jim Jordan, says Rose. These are people that don't get my sympathy no matter what's going on with them. These heinous people, they just will never get my sympathy. I don't care what happens to them. They never will. That's the way it is. Please hit the thumbs up if you can. While I dive in and read about the standing of Hakeem Jeffries when it comes to Speaker of the House. Just a general energy of that. Puff, puff, pass, how high? What are you talking about? Okay. The energy around Hakeem as Speaker. Well, the King of Swords, that's a sword of truth. That's a sword of truth. So I'm just looking at the energy around Hakeem Jeffries being Speaker. The 5 of Wands is, it's challenging. And actually, the 8 of Cups. This is the card saying the Republicans have done it to themselves. The Republicans, what they've done is untenable. And the 8 of Cups is turning away from the sorrow from the past. The King of Swords indicates the sword of truth prevailing. And the 5 of Wands is the card of challenges, but not unfruitful. Not challenges that don't bear fruit. So, make a decision and talk about why you are blessed, not stressed. That's what my coffee mug says. Too blessed to be stressed. You give life to what you focus on. Yes. And that's very true. So it looks like it's looking good for Hakeem, but we're going to go through this challenging time. But the Republicans did it to themselves, put themselves in the position of there's nobody that they are sort of nominating that's suitable. It's going to take a little while, but let's ask the pendulum if it would be before November. Would we actually, we're just going to look at the likelihood. Is it possible that we'll have a Hakeem Jeffries be Speaker of the House in 2023? Yep. Yes, Republicans are definitely putting our country in danger during these times. Yeah. So I'm wondering if there's something that makes that happen quickly. I'm seeing Hakeem Jeffries being Speaker. Very interesting. Okay, let's ask this. Will it be because there's an extenuating circumstance that makes it really important and necessary? Okay, so let me tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting that it will be important and necessary to have a functional government, and that's why we're seeing Hakeem in the speakership position. Very interesting. I'll drink to that. I'll drink some tea to that. Let's ask if it has something to do with what's going on in the Middle East. Does this have something to do with what's going? Yes, it has something to do with what's going on in the Middle East. Yes, really strong yes there. So just to recap, I see Hakeem Jeffries being Speaker of the House, and the catalyst for that is that the situation in the Middle East is quite dire. Interesting. Any chance of 200 plus GOP House moderates voting present tomorrow? Pardon my ignorance, but what would it do if 200 plus GOP members of the GOP House moderate? What would it mean if they said present? Cheryl's saying she's coming on in a few minutes. Aren't you here? Did I miss something? Thank you, Sandy. I'm going to read on the House. I'm going to read on the House. All right, let's see. Sometimes I get tired of these glasses. Credit limit needs to be addressed. Soonish. Credit limit? Are you talking about the government funding? Okay, let's see. If the GOP doesn't show up, Dems could take the vote. I'm just reading on the House of Representatives. You don't understand the comments. Join the club, Wildfire Wind. Oh my gosh, I do my best. I do. I miss half of the comments at least. The energy in the House of Representatives. Well, the Tower, the Six of Wands, what we're up against in the House of Representatives is the people that were involved in January 6th. So the more they feel they will be exposed. Oh, look, the lights match my lights. How cool is that? See the lights? The insurrectionists in the House of Republicans, the House of Representatives, the insurrectionists, see, it's the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords comes up repeatedly that are in regards to January 6th. It's a reference to January 6th. Aw, thank you for your sweet words. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. The Tower card, so I'm looking at the state of the House of Representatives. The Tower card, look, it's Frankenstein. Frankie's knocking the whole thing down. That means massive changes, and the sun is the light shining on. I see a toppling of the Republican Party. I see that happening within 2 weeks. I see the falling apart. Oh, okay. All the GOP has to do is either vote present or not show up, and the Democrats will win the House. On Tuesday, tomorrow? I need to catch up. Are you still nominating me for Speaker? I wouldn't win, I promise. Yeah, so this is a light being shown. This is the Republican Party falling apart, and it's related to January 6th, which tells me, too, that Jim Jordan would not be Speaker of the House because he was in on the insurrection. Liz Cheney said that he knew more about the plan for January 6th than anybody else. Tomorrow, they need to vote present or not show up. Ooh, the plot thickens. Thanks for the info. Oh, so now we're going to ask what's going to happen with the vote tomorrow. Annette for speaker. Can you see me in Washington, D.C.? I'd be like, I need to be out in nature. I need to go to the beach. I can't even imagine. I need to keep this engine running. Okay, so tomorrow, will Jim Jordan be shot down, metaphorically speaking? Will Jim Jordan's hopes for being speaker be dashed tomorrow? You can see me in DC. Will Jim Jordan's dreams of being speaker be dashed tomorrow? Okay, it looks like it's going to be in limbo. Is tomorrow gonna end up in limbo? Tomorrow's gonna end up in limbo. And Sarah Huckabee is in big trouble. Let's hear it for Sarah Huckabee being in big trouble. Who wants school children to work in the factories? Different topic. Hang on, I dropped something. I dropped my pendulum. There's too much energy in here, couldn't take it. Bye-bye, Jim. Hello, Annette. Why do you guys run for speaker? What happened with Huckabee? I think it was that she spent $19,000 of the taxpayers' money on a podium. That's what I saw. Too many Republicans don't want Jim Jordan. Yeah, well, that's kind of checking out. Will there be a House Speaker chosen this week? No, there will not be a speaker chosen this week. So, hang on 1 second. I'm not understanding one of those comments. I know those people that have the wrenches are on it. I trust you. The podium looks like it's from IKEA. That's what I saw so far, that she spent taxpayer dollars on a podium, for $19,000 for a podium. I don't know if it was made of gold or silver or what. Anyway, and that brings to mind, just talking about that brings to mind Ron DeFascist, because I feel like he did very similar things. She didn't steal the one from the press room. The podium was not the problem. Spending money on a vacation with girlfriends was the real cost. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Glenna. I love how the Canadians know what's going on, sometimes more than us. And the Australians, too. She went to Paris. That's where she spent the money. Well, I don't know what I was reading about a podium, but I saw this stark picture of a podium just like standing there all by itself. Huckabee, she is a beast. She's like, oh, she's horrible. Horrible. I don't talk horrible about people unless they're horrible. And it's just like they're advertising their horribleness. Okay. Let's take a look at how the Biden administration is doing. We are in very scary times. As I said, and I'll repeat it every single time, it's too upsetting to watch what's going on in the Middle East. So just keep praying. It's funny because I get a lot of sort of metaphysical messages. It's what I'm most focused on. And I really am getting the message that we've got to put our thought energy into the world that we want to see, because we are collectively creating our own reality. Well, we do that individually too, but don't look at the horrible torture and murder, and don't watch that. Just focus on what you want to see. Focus on that you want to see a peaceful Middle East, that you want to see a peaceful America, that you want to see a united America. Remember I told you my vision on Friday? I told you my vision when I was laying in bed feeling sick, that I had a vision of a little being that came to me and it said unity starts today. So think about that. Think about putting your thought energy into what you want to see happen. Don't dwell on the horror. Okay, so let me do this. Let me pick 3 cards on how the Biden administration is doing. I heard that the Biden-Harris campaign has way more millions of dollars. Did he have big black eyes, Damon? My vision. Hold that thought. I heard the Biden-Harris campaign has way more millions of dollars than Trump. Of course. Fascism is losing, if you want to know. Damon saying, did my vision have big black eyes? No, it wasn't an alien, but it definitely looked like something out of Star Wars. Like a little being with a cloak. Not scary. Just unity starts today, and that was last Thursday. So I go with it, I go with it. Huckleberry is on a morning podium. I don't understand what that means. Biden raised $7 million as of yesterday. Yes, Biden is going to get massive, massive, massive support because we have a thinking, intelligent, compassionate, genius president with a genius administration, very courageous administration. It's courageous to do it. Tony Blinken is doing courageous. No, it's not going to turn into a world war. I was a big part of the anti-nuclear weapons movement. I was very young, but I was really involved in that. And we would always say the next world war would be the last war that's just what people would say. The next world war would be the last war ever because we wouldn't be here anymore. So that's where we are, which is why we need Joe Biden, and we're so blessed that he's in the White House. So I'm gonna choose 3 cards about the Biden administration and the health of the administration. The other thing that I know from studying metaphysics, and thank you, Cindy. The other thing that I know is, and if you watch Church of Spirituality and listen to the sermon, I did talk about this, is that when somebody is hateful and vitriolic and just angry and raging inside, it's terrible for their health. It's terrible for their energy and terrible for their health. Your best defense health-wise is to keep the vibration up, keep your attitude up, keep your emotions up. And these heinous people like Jim Jordan, none of them look healthy. It's a horrible existence. Anyway, as far as the Biden administration, yes, every time I read on the Biden administration lately, I get the 2 of Swords. And that, hate and anger eat you up. Absolutely, absolutely, Damon. That's why we sing our little forgiveness song at Church of Spirituality every single week. So it's a cute little jingle. So I always get the 2 of Swords when I read on the Biden administration, and that's being stuck with the Republicans not having a speaker makes everything stuck. Darren was also a very active member of the nuclear weapons. We wanted to shut down nuclear weapons because we knew the Third World War would be the last one if it ever happened, and we're preventing that from happening. The 4 of Wands, even though the Biden administration's hands are tied because we don't have a Speaker of the House of Republicans, the majority, the 4 of Wands is they're still setting it up to be, the Biden administration is still setting up stability despite the Republican yahoos. And the Queen of Cups, this is funny. The Queen of Cups is, the women are keeping a lot of things afloat in the White House. Hi, Bon Blue. So I actually see the women like Kamala. I see the women in the Biden administration helping to move things forward. So it's like an uphill climb, but it is happening. The Biden administration is making progress. It is like pushing a boulder up a hill. It's going to take a lot of strength and a lot of courage and a lot of persistence and stamina. Okay, Jill doesn't want Biden to go to Israel. Too dangerous. I agree with that. Let's read on that. I think Tony Blinken can handle it. Thank you for your donation, Lois. Appreciate it. I think that Blinken can handle it. I don't think that Biden needs to go to Israel. He went to Ukraine though. So let's see which way that's leaning right now. Is Biden, let's ask like this, is Biden seriously leaning more towards making that trip to Israel? Is he leaning more towards making the trip to Israel? It's up in the air at the moment. Yeah, okay. We need an ambassador. The reason we don't have ambassadors is because of the Republicans. This was about, gosh, a year and a half ago. Remember, I don't know if you remember, but we were talking about like Ted Cruz, all these Republicans holding up the appointment of diplomats all over the world. They have destroyed the United States. I mean, thank God for Biden, but they have really dissolved so much of our credibility and connections. Is Biden going to listen to Jill and not? Is he leaning more towards not going to Israel? I know it just gave me kind of the runaround. Is he leaning more towards not going to Israel? I get a yes on that. I get a yes that he's leaning more towards not going to Israel. That's where it is right now. You're stuffed on what? Pie? Really? We need to vote the bums out, that's for sure. So, instead invite the two sides to Camp David like Jimmy Carter did instead? I don't know if that would work. The Republicans do not know how to govern. Understatement of the day. That's true. Who's eating pie? That sounds good right now. Pie with your tea leaves? Let's ask this. Is the situation in the Middle East going to end up, indirectly destroying the Republican Party? Is the situation in the Middle East, and I think I'm getting a yes on that. Yeah, I'm getting a yes on that. Somebody's mentioning, Cheryl, did you just tune in? I just answered that question. That's what I was just answering. There might be a delay. I mean, like I just answered the question, so there might be a delay in the chat. Palestine, do we have an ambassador or special consultant? I'm not sure. You might have to Google that. Do we have an ambassador in Palestine? Anybody? Can you Google it? I'm taking my boots off. We have to pray for the people in Gaza, and we have to pray for the people in Palestine. There's some really ignorant people in the United States, that hopefully you're not associating with. I'm sure you're not. That are saying just horrible, horrible things. And, some people are like anti-Palestine. It's just awful. It's just awful. No ambassador to that's the Republicans. Yeah, that's the Republicans. They have blocked ambassadors from being all over the world. We'll have to research which countries are lacking United States representation. Can somebody answer Cheryl's question? Because I just answered it. There are ignorant people everywhere. I just answered it. I just got the answer to that. Send a donation to World Kitchen. Okay. Definitely. And it's americares.org to donate to help the people in the Middle East. Grassroots Ghosty. There he is. All right. Let's take a look at Judge Chutkin. Well, I've always said a gag order. It's kind of a gag order on Trump right now. Now, I mean, I don't know if it takes a psychic, but the fact that Trump has a partial gag order on him, I mean, you guys can tell me what's going to happen with that, right? Tell me what you think is going to happen. Because I don't think you need me to answer that. What's going to happen with, oh, and Warren just put the question up. I want you all to answer that question, and I'll tell you if it's right. Thomas is eating pie. Let's meditate to keep the president home. Yes, I agree with that. Chutkin laughed at his lawyers today. Yes, he will land in jail, Gloria is saying. Oh yeah, okay. So I didn't think that he'd make it through half a day without violating that sort of gag order. So let's pull 3 cards on that. He will land in jail. Well, a couple of you seem convinced, so let's take a look. We're more psychic altogether. Is Trump going to end up in jail because he violates the gag order? Is that will it make him end up in jail? Well, it's not that. This has been such a sort of nebulous question. You know that the lights I usually have on, I didn't plug them in tonight, but they have the nebula. I didn't plug it in. Considering there is no Palestine state, there is an office of special interest. Okay. Judge Chutkin's will he go to jail after he violates it? I think it's not jail. Will Chutkin push up the trial date because Trump he's gonna, yes, she's gonna I keep getting that she's gonna, it's beyond belief how special he gets treated, Sandy's saying. I absolutely agree. I'm getting, and I got this on Friday too. I got that Judge Chutkin would push up the trial date. She already said she's hard and fast. She's not going to budge on the trial date in March, which will be here before you know it, because it's already mid-October. And can you believe it? Wasn't it just summer? Yes, it was just summer, Annette. Talk to myself. Anyway, it's about the gag order. She should move the trial date to December. Let's take a look at that. Let's use the pendulum and see. Oh, wait. What's interesting is that she will monitor 45 on her own. That is a big deal. I did not know that. Okay. Where's the hot witch cards? They're behind me somewhere. Which ones were those? Oh, these are them. I think these are the hot witch cards. They're in this deck. And what you've referred to as that. Will Judge Chutkin move the trial date? Will she end up moving the trial date to December? I'm getting a yes. I didn't know if she said that. Oh, she said it's staying put, but if he violates the gag order, you do not threaten the judge. I know. What happened to the woman that did threaten the judge? So this is regarding that. Trump will be sorry. I know it's hard to believe, but Trump will be sorry. This is the 8 of Cups is, he's done a lot of bad. And because I really feel like it's a mental glitch in his head where he can't not defy orders. It's a weird thing. No, I didn't lose the Witch's Tarot cards. They're right behind me. I used them on Friday. Yeah, so as far as the gag order, Trump is actually going to end up sorry that he can't control himself. It's like OCD. Yeah, it's called entitlement, but it's not just entitlement, Damon. It's like a mental glitch. It's like OCD. It's like people that, like it's like when people, for example, people that have OCD. I don't. It would probably help me if I did a little bit, but like they might leave the house and go, oh my gosh, did I leave the oven on? Did I leave the oven on? And then go back and check and it's off and then leave and then, oh, did I leave it on? That's OCD, right? So, yes, the Witch's Tarot is safe. So, Trump has a glitch in his brain that, I don't know how he got like this, but if you say don't do it, I guess it's really childlike. Because if you tell the kid, you better not put your hand in the cookie jar, keep your hand out of the cookie jar, don't, whatever you do not go into the cookie jar. And if you told a child that, then the child would never be able to, you know, a regular child would not be able to get it out of his head. I need to go and open that cookie jar, right? You think it's part of dementia? Biden needs to stay home. I think Biden is going to stay home. Oh, thank you. You love my Halloween decorations? I put a little effort in. Oh, it's a real disorder. Amy says her son has it. Really? Seriously? Because I feel like I'm just making this up. Because I didn't know that people could be that far gone with it. Yeah, he can't help it. He can't, because I feel like he'd have an OCD about, I just got to do it. I just got to do it. I just got to do it. He did. His parents put him in military school. He put him in military school. That's probably why. And he hasn't progressed since 10. I agree. So even though he has an order, he will defy the order because he can't help himself. And the Three of Cups is that we're celebrating that he gets reeled in. It's a real thing. You guys are confirming that it's a real thing. It's an opposition disorder. Are you just saying that, or is it? It really is. Oppositional defiance disorder. Is it part of Tourette syndrome? I thought I was just making it up. I guess apparently it's a thing. I mean, that's what I'm reading. That's my impression. Thank you, Cheryl. Well, I see the Ten of Pentacles, which means he's going to be fined heavily. Millions. In the millions. He's going to be fined heavily. You can't say no. Well, you can say no to Trump, but it's going to make him say, well, yeah. Okay. Let me read what Maria's saying. Amnesty called Israeli government treatment of Palestinians as an apartheid. Yes, I agree. Just going back to the situation in the Middle East. On Friday, talking about the Middle East. On Friday, I remember, this really stuck in my head, when I read on Netanyahu's approach to Hamas, and I just got, it's reckless. Netanyahu, it's almost like reckless anger. Just go kill everything in the way of getting Hamas. Anyway, sorry, I'm jumping around. Do I see offshore bank accounts for Trump? I have seen offshore bank accounts for Trump, but I don't see them really being very productive for him to tap into. So I do see a lot of chaos. Well, he's a chaos agent, which is a sign of the demonic. Trump is a chaos agent, which is a sign of the demonic. And has anyone seen him like lately over the past few days? I mean, he looks absolutely frazzled. I don't know if when he was in the White House, he must have had people put him together and everything, but he's just absolutely frazzled. I do think that's dementia. And I've heard people say that he doesn't have dementia and he's not exhibiting signs of dementia, and I wholeheartedly disagree. Dementia is no. Let me preface this by saying I'm not a medical professional, nor is this factual. And I really need to read up on it because I have, elderly parents, but dementia seems to me to creep in. His mugshot looked demonic because it was demonic. And so that frazzled look that I see about him seems to be that. Let me just check. Is Trump's really frazzled look? Is that yeah, I'm getting yes, it's dementia. It's a sign, and it's a strong yes. That frazzled, like, you know when you have too much going on and you just feel like frazzled and you can't think straight? Stress will trigger it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Yes. He has dementia on both sides of the family. Okay. So there's that. And let's just pull 3 cards about what's going to happen to Trump over the next 6 months. Dementia is usually a slow ride. That makes sense. And there's many, many symptoms. But I really do think, like, you know, thinking he's running against Obama and thinking that Biden started World War II, and what were the other ones? They tend to repeat things over and over again. Well, that's what he does as a fascist tactic, for one thing. So over the next 6 months, let's see how it's going to go for him legally and everything over the next 6 months. Please hit the thumbs up. How it's going to go for Trump over the next 6 months. Oh, wow. Okay. The Empress, the World, and the Ace of Cups. Everything's going to become crystal clear. Everything is going to become crystal clear. By January, March, by the start of next year, there will be no questions in our minds. You watching Trump spin out of control is scary? Yes, it is. And very sad. I would feel sad if he wasn't such a heinous person who would hurt so many people. Your mom told you to call the police on you? What? Because you were being rebellious? What's going on with that, Ann? So yeah, by the start of next year, we're going to have a very clear idea. We won't be sitting around going, gee, I wonder if Trump was involved in this. Gee, I wonder if he was We won't. We'll just be like, it's all out there. All the facts are out there. The Ace of Cups, the evidence will be like overflowing. I used to have a Halloween mug just like that. A Halloween chalice just like that. And the World and the Empress. So the Empress is representing the United States, and he's got many international crimes. Trump has many, many international crimes that he's committed. Okay, we will see convictions for Trump. Yes, I think that's what this is like, it's all going to be out in the open. No, I don't have any sympathy for Trump at all. What are we dressing up as on Halloween? Is it time for my commercial yet? I don't know. I haven't determined that yet. What the heck will the GOP do? When it all comes out? Okay, so Damon's gonna pick my costume. Gypsy. I always dress like a gypsy. That wouldn't be a stretch. Is Melania transferring assets into her name? And I don't know if she'd be able to do it. He thinks she will give them back. I don't think so. Trump has 14 months to make his path final. What do you mean by that, Toby, I mean. Let's look at how the Trump campaign is doing. Now remember, I mentioned that Joe Biden's campaign is raising a lot of money right now. So let's donate. Let's buy one of those Biden mugs that turns into Dark Brandon when you pour the hot water in. You loved being a gypsy for Halloween? Thomas is going to dress and drag like Santos. What was his stage name? Damon. All right, so I'm going to read on the Biden campaign. Why don't Trump kids look into his dementia? Did the Trump kids look into why they were burying their mother at a golf course? Biden's out raising everyone. Hang on, I dropped a card. I'm going to read on Trump's campaign. Just 'cause, I don't know. I haven't read on Trump, like, repeated questions on Trump in a while. So we're back there for temporarily. Okay, so you guys are being fresh. Damon and Thomas, they're getting into it there. All right, we're reading on Trump's campaign. We're reading on Trump's campaign. Riding with Biden. But we're reading on Trump's campaign. The Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is all illusion, delusion. Illusion, delusion. Trump's campaign is illusion, delusion. The Nine of Pentacles. I have to think in my head. Okay, what's this? Seven of Pentacles. Okay, a lot of work that's not fruitful. This is the... It's fun to be together, Cheryl, isn't it? And Damon's hugging you all. All right, group hug. Everyone stop. Ready? Group hug. 1, 2, 3. We're hugging. I love doing that. I can really feel it. Okay. Trump's campaign. This is illusion, delusion. Yeah, I love when we do group hugs, psychic group hugs. It's great. It's way better. For sure. Damon, you started it. And then the Seven of Pentacles is a lot of work that is just futile. This is about the Trump campaign. And the Nine of Pentacles, she reminds me a little bit of Kimberly Gargoyle. Dale felt it. Trump's. When I think about the Trump campaign, I just see it flatlining. I literally see it flatlining. Love the group hug. We'll have to do that every night. Yeah. Well, if I'm going to the Goblin Ball, I might have to dress like a character out of Labyrinth, which means I need to watch the movie again. It's been a very long time since I watched that movie. Have you guys seen the movie Labyrinth? Okay, let's see. Yeah, all that face. Kimberly Gargoyle is Ivana has the ashes of her mother. What? Gold in the grave. You felt the hug. Good, good, good. I hear rain. Before we move forward, it's time for my commercial break. I'm not ending the vid. I'm just going to my commercial break. Are you ready? Yeah, I got. Maybe I'll watch David Bowie in the Labyrinth. I'm kind of in that mode. I found a series last night on Hulu called Once Upon a Time. It's really interesting about like living parallel lives with a fairy tale life and a parallel life in the modern day. So I'm kind of in that mode. You watched it in the theater? You're not old, Diane. Stop it. Thank you, Cheryl. So this is my commercial break. If you'd like to book a reading, I've got plenty of time. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. Also, we have a Halloween event coming up on October 29th. I'm putting it together right now. It's kind of a Halloween party with mediumship and merriment. So, it's a Halloween party virtually on Zoom. Go to my website, PsychicAnnetteDion.com, to get a ticket for that. We're going to all come together on Zoom, and we're going to dress up and be festive and celebrate to lift the energy. PsychicAnnetteDion.com is where you go for all things psychic that I'm doing. Just about everything I do is psychic. Church of Spirituality I've mentioned. Please watch Church of Spirituality. Hit the thumbs up. I'm working on marketing more, so I want to get my numbers up on Church of Spirituality strictly because it's so helpful. It's uplifting and helpful. So that Grassroots of Democracy is exceedingly important that you join us for Grassroots of Democracy. We don't want fascism. We want the GOP, the crazy fascists. We want to kick the bums out. We want to kick out the people who want nothing to do with democracy. We want to kick out the people who took an oath to protect our Constitution, to abide by the Constitution. We want to kick the ones out that violated their oaths. Grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Every Tuesday we have a guided meditation for a healed America. So go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com to participate in that. And what else? Tarot at the Castle already happened last week, but we're going to make that available online. And Terry, if I've forgotten anything, put it up there. Feel free. When you become a member, you get 10% off a reading, and you get an affirmation in your inbox Monday through Friday. And you also get invited to a psychic party once a month, at the end of the month. And I think that's all for now. But definitely book a reading. I'm wide open, and the veils between the worlds are very thin, especially in the month of October. So, guided meditation on Tuesday. Go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com. During that meeting on Tuesday nights, after we do the meditation, we talk about the readings from Sunday. It's an hour total, the meeting. So, it's a great opportunity to improve your life and make everything better. We gotta keep the vibe up. All right, and please hit the thumbs up so that I get more support from YouTube. And please share and subscribe. I always forget to say, please share and subscribe. So please do. It's a lot of work. It's a labor of love. I love being with you guys. I just need to generate more interest. Okay, what next? Let's see what's going on with Putin. We are not forgetting about Ukraine. That's what Putin wants. Putin wants all the attention to go to Hamas. And he doesn't want us to do anything to focus on Ukraine at all. We're going to keep Ukraine in our thoughts and prayers also. Special offer with the reading. I didn't know if we were set up for that yet. I didn't get to check my email. So Terry's telling me that we can go ahead with this offer. When you book a psychic reading with me for the month of October, I'm going back to my commercial. When you book a psychic reading from now to the end of the month, you get a free meditation from a selection of 3 recorded meditations of mine. Okay, that's it. Putin. I'm going to pull 3 cards. Okay, so just do it. 3 cards about Putin or whoever's posing as Putin. Every time I see a picture of him, it looks different to me because I'm reading the energy. Cheryl, nobody's telling you to watch the wars. Did you just show up? Because I've been spending a lot of time tonight telling people don't watch it. It's too disturbing and it pulls our energy down. The collective needs our energy to be up. This is about Vladimir Putin. The 6 of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords. Okay. Putin is not well. Whoever's posing as Putin is not well. The 6 of Wands. Man, he's still going at it. He's still trying to take down democracy all over the world. 6 of Wands indicates that Putin had a hand in January 6th, directly or indirectly. The Queen of Pentacles. I'm seeing a lot being revealed to the Russian people about Putin and about this war. So, let's ship the gremlins. So as far as Putin goes, yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, this is showing me what this whole attack on Ukraine, this whole war in Ukraine has really been as being revealed to the Russian people. Putin gone by early November, is that your psychic prediction? 9 of Swords is it's not going well for Putin. The Russian soldiers have been very high numbers per day. Yeah, okay, well this is indicative of the women in Russia too, the mothers and the wives and sisters. It's really, I mean, I see karma. I see karma coming back. Will Putin be ousted? Not exactly ousted. Okay. Will Putin die in office? Or we see? I don't predict death, but let's just see the probability. Will Putin die in office? I'm getting a yes. I'm getting that Putin will die in office. Oh, thank you, Julie. This scarf was a gift. Wow, that's interesting. I mean, it's double, yeah. I mean, it's so interesting to me how often, how clear and convinced I am that Putin has many doubles, because maybe just because I read energy and I can see it so clearly, and it's almost like doesn't anyone else see that? I really feel like that. Like, maybe it's not that obvious. Is Putin going to die in office due to illness? Is it going to be due to illness? I know, and I said he already passed a long time ago, not due to illness. Yeah. The Putin that was in Helsinki with Trump, not the same guy. Entertainment purposes only. This is based on my psychic impressions, my psychic facts. Is Putin going to die from illness? No, it's not illness. Is Putin going to die from, will he be taken out? Okay, that's all I can say about this. I'm not even going to say it. He is a zombie. Ukraine said he has up to 7 doubles. Yeah, but do you see it? I mean, to me it's obvious. And the same goes for Kim Jong-un, but we don't see much of him. Will Putin fall off the balcony? I got that he would be offed. For entertainment purposes only, will he fall? I'm getting a yes. I don't know. I don't mean to laugh, but can you imagine if your resume was a Putin double? I think we have a second Damon in the house. Thomas, you and Damon are like 2 peas in a pod. Putin would never let anyone shake his hand. That's true. Poison? Oh gosh, I heard he doesn't even eat in the presence of other people. Absolutely, he's got doubles. No, I'm not getting that it's poison. He better stay away from windows. Is it a window? Is it a window situation? No, it's not that. No, it's not that. Will he die and no one will know how he died? No, we'll know. We will know. Remember he fell down the stairs? Caviar is his favorite. Anyway, let's take a look at the traitors in the House of Representatives. Is he gonna die from his own odor? I just got that he was gonna die. I can't just keep looking. All right, Terry wants to know if he's gonna die in a plane crash. That'd be karma, right? Prigozhin and him will meet up in hell. Meet down in... Maybe hell is up, I don't know. Will Putin die in a plane? Oh my gosh. I don't know if Putin flies. Does he go anywhere? I got plane. We shall see. I'm going to read on Matt Gaetz now. They all go in the same one and the same, bucket of slime. Matt Gaetz. I'm going to read on Matt Gaetz. We are the world. We are the children. I'm reading on Matt Gaetz. Jim Jordan asked Trump for a pardon. Yeah, hello. We all need to get on the phone with our representatives and say, we'll shoot this down. Shoot it down. I mean, Jim Jordan being speaker. All right, so this is about... Boy, it's really raining out there. I didn't bring my raincoat. Well, I hope it stops. Steve Bannon asked for a pardon. This is about Matt Gaetz. He thinks he's the king. Matt Gaetz thinks he's the king. Are you psychic now, Terry? She might be. She's taken all my classes. Plane crashes like Epstein. What do you mean? Still being alive, no positive proof. Epstein's very dead. If you take my classes, you too will be psychic. I've been telling you all this forever. 3 decades here. That's a lot of hours logged. That's a lot of readings. As far as Matt Gaetz goes, he really thinks, I know, doesn't that? He's almost too cute for Matt Gaetz. You want cool rain? Where's Kathy? I know, today's only Monday. It's true. Where's George Santos going to get the bail money for his arraignment on October 27th? He's not going to have it. Biden's going to Israel? I thought that Jill would talk him out of it. That's what the pendulum was being a little elusive. Matt Gaetz thinks he's king. The Four of Pentacles. Matt Gaetz is holding... Ooh. Matt Gaetz is holding on to information that he doesn't want anybody to get. This is interesting. This is interesting. I hadn't seen it like this before till the cards just showed it to me. Matt Gaetz is... He's bluffing. He's making a big hullabaloo in the House of Representatives. Matt Gaetz is... because he's hiding information. He's a little weasel, all right, Maria. And the Seven of Wands, he's got some challenges coming at him. Look, it's Whack-A-Mummy. I'm not really familiar with these cards, so we're all looking at them, you know, kind of newly. I didn't pull out the Witch's Tarot. We'll do that on Wednesday. Because people were requesting the Witch's Tarot. We'll do that on Wednesday. It'll make you come back. Santos talked about spilling the tea if he's removed. The Hamas attack is Prigozhin led? Prigozhin's dead. I am confused. Yeah, okay, so here's a Whack-A-Mummy. Is that great? Here's Matt Gaetz. He thinks he's the king, but he's completely bluffing. What he's being really loud. Jim Jordan does the same damn thing. Matt Gaetz is being really loud because when you're really loud, it's in hopes that he can overpower everybody else so they won't ask any questions. It's called being a bully, Whack-A-Mummy. Because he's hiding something. And it's like Whack-A-Mummy. He's trying to fend off all the evidence he's trying to fend off the truth. Prigozhin has trained troops. What was your question about Prigozhin? He needs to be muzzled. Is Matt Gaetz going to be outed by Jack Smith? Yep. Because somebody just posted that Biden has decided to go to Israel. I don't think Jill wants him to go. Whack-A-Mat. I like it. Whack-A-Mat. Whack-A-Gaetz. All right, Midas Touch is on tonight, so I might call it a little bit sooner. Not like this isn't a wicked long show. Going to Israel Wednesday. If he could go to Ukraine the way he did, Biden's very courageous. Let's just read on that. Let's read on Biden going to Israel. Because earlier it was like, wah, wah, wah. And then it said no because Jill didn't want him to go, but we'll see. I think he probably reassured her that if he could go to Ukraine, he can go to Israel. It seems very unsafe for Biden to go now. But what about when he went to Ukraine and there was like bombs dropping out of sirens all around? You think our troops will go too? Our troops are kind of there. Just to protect. Yeah, so now it's saying yes, he is going. That's funny because it was reading the energy, and a little bit earlier it was kind of up in the air, so to speak. I get that it's going to be, yeah, his schedule will be skewed so that people can't really follow his the schedule. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the U.S. has 2 naval carriers on the coast. POTUS is now in Truth Social. You couldn't access. Why would you want to access Truth Social? Midas Touch will cover it. The end is nigh for the GOP. I agree with that. Let's surround our dear president with divine white light. We always do. I pray every single day for our president and our country. He canceled a trip to Colorado. Who? Biden? Bibi is a Trumper. Well, you know, just listening today to the news, I forgot I have tea leaves. I can't leave yet. I have tea leaves. When I was listening to the news, the war stuff is Biden's thing. I don't know what you mean by that, Cheryl. When I was listening to them talking about Netanyahu on the news, all I could think of was that almost happened to us. And Trump is so upset that he's not in the line, that he himself isn't in the limelight. Okay, so we have tea leaves. And that's what I was talking about on Friday. I was saying what's happened in Israel with Netanyahu being the prime minister is a cautionary tale. It's a cautionary tale so that the United States doesn't fall into the same trap. We have to count our blessings. Okay, tea leaves. The one who attacked Ukraine is not the original Putin? I don't think so. It's the Kremlin. And it was the Wagner Group and all that. Netanyahu likes Jared Kushner. Don't even get me started. Yeah, honestly. I mean, I'm only saying that because because it's hard for me to stop once I start connecting the dots. Which is what Jack Smith is doing. Thank you, Sharon, for putting my information up. Much appreciated. By the way, my information to donate and to book a reading, to go to my website, is all below the video. Who did Santos run around with in Congress? We'll have to save that for Wednesday. What I see here is a lot of tea leaves around the moon. The moon tonight is in Scorpio. Very psychic sign of Scorpio. I have Scorpio rising. And very, very, very emotional time. Sharon, you're awesome. The eclipse Saturday. Man, I was buffering. Please hit the thumbs up before you go. That eclipse. I mean, you still feel the effects of it. That was just, it just shifted. I started the day with the sunrise. It was beautiful. Really, really, really powerful day. Just know that people are a bit off their rocker from that. Yeah, you see a mass of humanity. You see a mass of emotions. Okay, I'm still good. No buffering. Let's just read this. Gil. Some Republicans said they wouldn't show up if there is a forced vote by Jordan, which will lower the threshold of votes to get Jeffries in as speaker. Let's really put a lot of mental thought energy. Thoughts are things. We can move the energy for... Oh, thanks for posting my P.O. Box. A lot of energy towards Hakeem Jeffries being speaker. Visualize it. Visualize it. Visualize it. Yes, all is well. The moon has to do, all this energy around the moon has to do with emotions. And this is all, there's so much. I mean, it's hard to sift through. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming what's going on. So this is humanity. This is, you know, a rising above. I know that the horror of what we know is happening is bringing out our compassion and our empathy. By the way, once again, AmeriCares.org to donate, and rescue.org if you want to help people in Ukraine. Okay, the horseshoe here is saying we are lucky, we have protection, and this is the snake is the exposure of Trump. This is Trump being exposed. The snake is being exposed. The con man that he is being exposed. And this is like, we're protected. There's protection here. So don't feel too scared. We will have a lot more breaking news about, it looks like about Trump. The House GOP members need to vote present not show up for the vote tomorrow. I didn't see them coming to a speaker vote this week. Anyway, Trump read the snake story twice today. Yeah. Trump is going to be way exposed for the snake that he is. I've been saying, I went on a little bit of a rampage last week about Trump's dirty fingers are all over what's happening on the international stage. All those secret documents, it's crazy. Yeah. This is the heart. This is every little bit of love. Trump is nuts. That's the understatement of the night. Every little drop of love that you can squeeze out of your heart, do it. Every time you have an opportunity to be even a little bit of kindness, do it. It makes a huge, huge difference. And here I see a big, I actually see, there's like a dinosaur coming out of here. A dinosaur? Is that in my book? I don't think so. A dinosaur. I don't know why I'm seeing a dinosaur. I think it's really about how huge this issue is that we're dealing with. It's very huge. Trump will be our first illegitimate president. Where are you, Toby? Happy birthday to everyone this month, whether you're in Libra or Scorpio. And yeah, the bell is, I see breaking news. It feels like it's about Trump. It's going to be something where we all go, oh my gosh, did that really happen? Toby's from Canada. I have the worst glasses in the world. Thank you, Canada, for your support. And anybody from another country. Is that dinosaur the old repugs thrashing on the tarp? Yeah, very good. I like it. Yeah, the dinosaurs. Yes, the dinosaurs. They're at the bottom of the cup. They're going. They're going. Bedminster will be searched. I don't know. This feels more like breaking news about Trump, what he does in the response to Chutkin. The gag order. We love Canadians. Amy's been letting her students know how good they're doing. Yeah, little kindnesses. Remember, there's this bumper sticker, I think this is Kindness Matters. What was it? Several years ago, it was like, there was a saying about kindness. I can't remember. Something about kindness, be kind, or whatever. I know you're all kind, and and a bunch of Canadians in the house. Thank you so much. Hillary Clinton's birthday is October 26th, so she's a Scorpio. That makes sense. Astrologically, just so you know, we're going into my sign, Sagittarius. Yes, thank you to the Canadians. Let's hear it for the Canadians. Let's hear it for the Canadians in the house. Do you have any Australians in the house? Maybe watching later. We think you're awesome to be rooting for us, and we're rooting for you too. Okay, the news is saying that Biden's still considering it. Okay. I'll be back on Wednesday for PNN. Tell your friends. Please subscribe. Please share. Please join us for our Halloween event. Go to psychicannetteDion.com. Glenna rang her bell for us too. And we love you all so much. Hit the thumbs up on your way out, and thanks for coming, and we'll be back. Come to Grassroots of Democracy tomorrow night, grassrootsofdemocracy.com, and book a reading, psychicannetteDion.com, and I'll see you soon. All right, namaste, bye.